the most surprising to come out this weekend was Meryl Streep. So she and her longtime husband, Don Gummer, they've been married for 45 years. And news broke this weekend that they've actually been separated for 6 years.
How do you keep shining as one of the greatest actors of all time while carrying the weight of heartbreaking loss? Meryl Streep's journey is marked not only by iconic roles and record-breaking accolades, but also by personal tragedies that few have glimpsed behind her public persona. From devastating losses to quiet reinvention, her story is a testament to strength and vulnerability intertwined. What secrets lie beneath decades of fame and praise? This is the story of an artist who keeps moving forward even when her own heart is still healing. Personal tragedies that shaped her. Behind Meryl Streep's extraordinary talent lies a heart shaped by profound loss and private tragedy. Her early life was marked by a love so deep it left a lasting scar: the death of her partner, John Cazale. John was a respected actor whose presence enriched every project they shared, but illness struck suddenly and mercilessly, changing everything for Streep. The pain of holding him in his final moments etched a silent grief that would shadow much of her personal life. John's battle with cancer coincided with the rise of Meryl's career, creating a stark contrast between professional success and private devastation. Despite the heartbreak, she was determined to honor their time together, courageously continuing to work on demanding roles while caring for him. This delicate balance between love and loss became a quiet testament to her resilience, a strength that would fuel her future performances. The impact of this loss would ripple through her life, influencing the choices she made both on and off the screen. Her devotion extended beyond career sacrifices. She fought to keep John's presence alive in the projects they both cared about, urging directors to save his scenes until late in production when he could still perform. This was not just loyalty to a partner, but an acknowledgement of a shared artistic journey cut tragically short. The vulnerability she exhibited in those moments revealed a depth of character that audiences would later sense in her most haunting portrayals. Yet, the full story of how this loss shaped her inner world remained mostly private for years. Grief became a constant companion, one that infused her work with authenticity and emotional gravity. While the public admired her dedication and skill, few realized the wounds beneath the surface. The weight of such early tragedy cast a shadow over her pursuit of fame and accolades, adding a layer of complexity to her public image. This wasn't simply the story of a gifted actress. It was the narrative of a woman quietly enduring one of life's deepest pains. The way Streep shows pain through her performances derives from her personal experiences, which create a connection between artistic expression and actual life. Her performances carried an honesty that could only come from profound understanding, a connection few actors possess. She spent her private time fighting against the memories that would remain with her despite any awards she received. The tragedy stayed hidden beneath the surface, which continued to influence her personal connections and life decisions until the public lost interest in her. The early loss also complicated her path to love and family life. Many assumed that, after tragedy, one might retreat from passion or connection, but for Streep, the story was more nuanced. After John died, she experienced comfort that led to finding love again, although the first major loss continued to affect her. The experience formed a major part of her emotional existence, which determined her capacity to establish relationships and develop as a person. The emotional scars from these experiences would later emerge in roles that demanded vulnerability and strength in equal measure. Streep's mastery of such complex characters revealed a woman who had internalized her pain and transformed it into empathy. The dual purpose of her early career activities involved establishing a professional path and maintaining her own life. The audience might see her brilliance, but beneath it was a story of grief, endurance, and the courage to carry on. This journey of loss and resilience was just the beginning of an extraordinary path that would see Streep grow from a quiet student into a cinematic legend. A slow-building acting career. Meryl Streep's ascent into acting stardom was anything but instantaneous. She began as a reserved and introspective student, someone who initially felt out of sync with the theatrical world's demand for boldness. At Yale School of Drama, she was known for being quiet and cerebral rather than flashy or emotionally demonstrative. Her classmates and instructors sometimes questioned whether she possessed the theatrical spark in Lenore, yet she remained patient, choosing to learn and refine her craft away from the spotlight. Her early years on stage were marked by steady and deliberate growth, rather than meteoric leaps. In 1975, she took on a supporting role in the Broadway production of Trelawney of the Wells, a performance that didn't create a sensation but caught the attention of astute observers. Still, she moved cautiously, with each step reinforcing her reputation as an actress with precision and emotional depth. This slow building of her career set a foundation rooted in discipline and quiet confidence. By 1977, Streep transitioned into film with a small part in Julia, but it was her role in the 1978 film The Deer Hunter that brought her significant notice. Though her screen time was brief, her delicate portrayal amidst intense, male-driven drama provided a crucial, emotional anchor. This role was filmed under difficult personal circumstances. John Cazale was gravely ill, yet she committed fully to the project, showcasing her unwavering dedication even in the face of personal challenges. Her breakthrough continued with the television miniseries Holocaust, which introduced her to a vast American audience, earning her a first Emmy Award. This exposure was crucial in establishing her as not just a stage actress, but a compelling screen presence. The following year, 1979, was pivotal as she earned her first Oscar for Kramer vs. Kramer, breaking through as an icon overnight. Though not a lead role, her nuanced portrayal of a mother struggling with divorce resonated deeply. The challenges of life were necessary for him to achieve his goals. The emotional demands of early roles affected her performance because she had to deliver authentic reactions when her co-star Dustin Hoffman slapped her during a scene in Kramer vs. Kramer. The director would use her memories of John Cazale's death to control her emotions throughout the film. The experiences she went through showed her dedication to her work, yet they also revealed the hidden personal costs that came with her success. Streep established herself as a successful actress throughout the 1970s and 1980s because she performed roles that required both subtlety and strength in her acting. She developed an emotional accuracy which helped her to distinguish herself from her contemporaries who preferred acting through more dramatic displays. The audience connected with her characters because of her genuine performance, which became her trademark that people would continue to love. The artist cultivated his reputation through slow and steady development, which earned him recognition from his peers. Streep dedicated herself to developing her acting abilities through multiple years of training, which created her future ability to perform various roles. The foundational work she did during this period enabled her to succeed at increasingly difficult roles throughout her career. As she embraced those demanding roles, Streep's willingness to dive into complex characters would reveal the full extent of her dedication and skill. Transformative and challenging roles. Meryl Streep's career became defined by a succession of roles that tested her limits and showcased her extraordinary versatility. She sought out characters who demanded not just performance, but total immersion, bringing to life complex women, often burdened by trauma, strength, or contradiction. Each role was a daring challenge, pushing her beyond comfort into realms where few actors would willingly tread. Her portrayal in Sophie's Choice, where she played a Polish Holocaust survivor grappling with unfathomable loss, exemplifies her commitment. Despite warnings about the emotional toll, Streep prepared intensely, learning German and Polish, and isolating herself to understand the character's anguish fully. This relentless research and willingness to embrace darkness brought her a second Academy Award and cemented her reputation as one of the most serious and dedicated actresses of her generation. Other difficult roles soon followed. In The French Lieutenant's Woman, she portrayed a mysterious Victorian woman. In Silkwood, she became a factory worker turned activist. In Out of Africa, she embodied an aristocratic author. And in A Cry in the Dark, she played Lindy Chamberlain, an Australian mother wrongfully accused of slaying. Each performance was steeped in emotional nuance and complexity, demanding that she not just act, but live the part. The actors performed their duties as more than mere acting duties because their work required them to explore deep emotional territories. Streep allowed herself to break down her complete self for the role, which resulted in unfiltered performance that showed authentic yet uncomfortable, truthful moments to viewers. The technique she used attracted praise from others, but her method received negative feedback because some people said her approach lacked emotional warmth and showed unnecessary attention to details. Streep maintained the same pattern of selecting demanding parts that pushed her professional development while avoiding typical Hollywood roles. She shifted her career direction during the early 1990s when she began to establish herself as a diverse performer through her work in comedy and satire, starting with Postcards from the Edge and Death Becomes Her. Her selection of these roles surprised others because she demonstrated her ability to perform different styles while she refused to accept specific character types. Her work in thrillers such as The River Wild proved that she possessed the ability to perform in multiple different cinematic styles. She used every performance to gain control over her public persona while she worked to overcome the tight character restrictions that people tried to attach to her. The period showed the world a true performer who used her abilities to create her own story, which resulted in both admiration and jealousy from people around her. Streep proved that actors need to recreate themselves to achieve lasting success throughout their careers. In The Bridges of Madison County, she reached her highest emotional peak when she played a housewife who experienced an inner conflict between her daily responsibilities and her pursuit of romantic love, which struck a deep chord with middle-aged viewers. Streep used her advanced emotional maturity in this scene to show audiences their concealed wants and anxieties, which established her as a uniquely genuine performer. Her journey into these characters was more than professional. It was a reflection of an artist using her craft to understand and express the human condition in all its complexity. Breaking typecasts and expanding range. Despite her enormous success in serious dramatic roles, Meryl Streep faced the challenge of being narrowly defined by Hollywood as an actress of weighty, often somber characters. Critics sometimes dismissed her as overly technical, lacking spontaneous emotion, while audiences grew accustomed to seeing her in grief-stricken or meticulously precise roles. Determined to break free from this boxed image, she made bold choices that startled both fans and critics alike, proving her extraordinary versatility. In the early 1990s, Streep embraced comedy and satire with films such as Postcards from the Edge, where she portrayed an actress struggling with addiction and the shadow of a famous mother. This role introduced a new, edgier side of her talent, digging into vulnerability but with humor and sharpness. Then came Death Becomes Her, a dark comedy satirizing Hollywood's obsession with youth and beauty, where she played a glamorous but sinister socialite. These roles showcased her agility and willingness to play with her public image. Venturing beyond comedy, she tackled action and adventure in The River Wild, navigating turbulent rapids both on screen and in life, further proving she could adapt to any genre. While not every project was a commercial hit, each was a calculated step toward reclaiming control over her career narrative. Streep's choices inspired admiration and envy, affirming that reinvention was central to sustaining a long-lasting career in a fickle industry. One of her most celebrated departures came with The Bridges of Madison County, where she portrayed a middle-aged Iowa housewife torn between comfort and overwhelming passion. The character's complexity, from hesitation to deep longing, resonated powerfully with audiences, reaffirming Streep's skill at capturing nuanced emotions. For many, this role marked a return to full emotional force, shattering any doubts about her range. Her career during the 1990s and early 2000s showed her ability to switch between different musical styles. In Marvin's Room and One True Thing, she examined the theme of maternal sacrifice through characters who faced health difficulties, while The Hours and Adaptation presented her with the opportunity to play complex characters who fought personal identity battles and obsessive tendencies. Streep chose to search for new, challenging parts that differed from her peers, who preferred to follow established patterns that brought them success. This period showed her determination to break free from the limitations that critics and the industry had set upon her. She used her roles to express independent control over her career development. Her exceptional presence, together with her talent, enabled her to portray characters who ranged from unusual to royal and from humorous to sorrowful, which demonstrated that her character selections were always purposeful and transformative. Her defining role as Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada led to a cultural trend which became a phenomenon. She used her performance to create an icy, villainous character who concealed her internal fragility by presenting her loneliness, which existed underneath her commanding presence. The character received both complimentary and negative feedback, which demonstrated Streep's talent for portraying difficult personalities as relatable individuals. This role established that she would not be restricted to performing sad or conventional roles. Streep's personal life, filled with love and endurance, grounded her amid the twists of fame and reinvention. Private life and enduring love. While Meryl Streep conquered the limelight with her performances, her private life told a story of quiet devotion and resilience. After enduring the tragic loss of John Cazale, many believed she might retreat from love and settle into solitude. But life had other plans. Don Gummer, a talented sculptor and fellow Yale graduate, entered her life as a source of steady support and companionship when she needed it most. Their connection began not with fanfare, but with simple kindness. Don offered her a home during a turbulent time without expecting anything in return. What started as friendship blossomed as they exchanged letters during her filming trips and long working days. 6 months later, they married quietly in her parents' garden, a testament to their mutual respect and understanding rather than grand gestures or declarations. For over 4 decades, they built a life together away from the incessant glare of Hollywood. Streep often described her family as her sanctuary, a place where she could be both a mother and an artist without conflict or guilt. She cherished the balance they maintained. Don never overshadowed her career, instead quietly supporting her ambitions with warmth and patience. Streep has said that their marriage required them to practice honest communication because relationships need people to accept their partner's faults. The couple showed their authentic human nature by fighting about simple matters, which included their choice between manual dishwashing and dishwasher use. The real essence of their love existed through their small daily actions, which included their dining together and their affectionate interactions after their demanding workdays. Streep devoted her time to family life while she maintained her successful acting career during the years when she raised 4 children. Her daughters chose artistic careers while her son Henry became a musician. The presence of grandchildren now adds a new chapter of joy, and glimpses of the next generation hint at a rare artistic legacy that unfolds quietly. The relationship between them has lasted many years, yet we observe substantial transformation in their connection. In 2023, it was confirmed they had been separated for several years, though maintaining respect and understanding. The couple chose to separate without any public conflict or unpleasant truths because they both wanted to preserve their mutual affection. Streep continues to wear her wedding ring, which represents her enduring love for her husband, despite their life paths moving in different directions. As she continues to explore new characters and stories, this grounded personal foundation gives her art a resonance that echoes far beyond the screen. Controversies and public scrutiny. Throughout her illustrious career, Meryl Streep has largely maintained a reputation untouched by scandal. Yet even she was not immune to the storms that have rocked Hollywood. One of the most challenging moments came with the Harvey Weinstein revelations in 2017, a seismic event that sent shockwaves across the industry and forced many to confront uncomfortable truths. Streep was quick to condemn Weinstein's actions, calling them disgraceful and inexcusable, while applauding the courage of the women who spoke out. Her statement placed her among the first major stars to publicly reckon with the abuse hidden behind Hollywood's glamour. However, her response did not end the scrutiny. Instead, it opened a new chapter of public examination. Critics like Rose McGowan, a prominent voice in the hashtag #MeToo movement, accused Streep of silence and complicity, claiming her condemnation was delayed and calculated. The backlash grew more intense as social media and the press debated whether a figure as influential as Streep could have been unaware of Weinstein's abuses. These accusations felt especially bitter because Streep had been awarded Oscars for films Weinstein produced, adding fuel to the fire regarding the ethics of complicity. Streep defended herself vigorously, denying any knowledge of the misconduct and rejecting claims of silent collusion. She pushed back by highlighting the need for others, including political figures, to speak out, famously telling critics to focus on figures such as Melania and Ivanka Trump, whom she felt had remained silent. This bold stance sparked heated exchanges, including criticism from Donald Trump Jr., who called her a fraud and accused her of hypocrisy. The controversy revealed the precarious balance celebrities face when navigating moral leadership amid media firestorms. The dispute intensified when past remarks resurfaced, including a 2012 Golden Globe speech where Streep jokingly referred to Weinstein as God, and other comments Weinstein's lawyers used as evidence to question her knowledge and stance. Streep condemned these uses of her words as manipulative and self-serving attempts to deflect responsibility. Despite her clear refutations, the damage lingered and public opinion remained fractured. Some believed in her genuine ignorance, while others questioned whether anyone in her position could have been truly unaware given Weinstein's notoriety behind the scenes. The controversy painting Streep as a symbol of Hollywood's silence illustrates a broader issue: the complex intersection of power, complicity, and survival in show business. For many, the scandal was not just about knowing or not knowing, but about the systemic culture that allowed abuse to persist. Streep found herself caught between supporting victims and defending her own reputation, a difficult and often isolating place. She expressed regret for being perceived as an adversary by fellow advocates, emphasizing a shared goal of dismantling the industry's dark traditions. The time period served as a demonstration that even the most esteemed individuals can become caught in the web of communal doubt and ethical inquiry. Streep confronted the task of preserving her truthful character, while society failed to understand delicate matters during times of public outrage. The incident created a permanent effect, which demonstrated how public recognition and public disputes connect with each other despite a person's wishes and previous conduct. The experience showed her that people face extreme dangers when they express their opinions during a time when society undergoes intense changes. Streep faced her public problems from her various scandals, which included more than just ethical violations. Her fashion choices created public relations issues which tested her ability to maintain a positive public image. Karl Lagerfeld, the legendary designer for Chanel, accused her of canceling a couture gown order before the 2017 Oscars because she chose to wear another brand's design after they agreed to pay her. Streep only had some of her personal traits, which connected with the accusation that she was cheap. Streep's team declared that they never took money for her red carpet appearances because she followed her personal rules, which prohibited her from accepting endorsements. Chanel later proposed that the misunderstandings between the two parties might have led to their conflict. The incident demonstrated how people will examine a celebrity's public persona through their professional accomplishments and their supposedly private actions, which can lead to unpredictable situations. The public believed Streep's fashion problems established her value through her work, because people considered brand recognition as her main professional asset. As Streep weathered controversy and critique, her legacy as an empathetic artist and cultural force only deepened. Legacy and cultural impact. Meryl Streep's name has become synonymous with greater things than just awards and box office numbers. It evokes empathy, transformation, and cultural depth. With more than 70 roles across nearly 5 decades, she has presented audiences not with herself, but with richly drawn characters who feel profoundly human. From weary mothers and conflicted leaders to awkward divas and resilient survivors, Streep's performances offer mirrors to the audience's own complexities and contradictions, making her work timeless and relatable. Her 3 Academy Awards and a record 21 nominations stand as testaments to her unparalleled skill, but it is her empathy that has earned her the most reverence. Former President Barack Obama, when awarding her the Presidential Medal of Freedom, praised her for turning empathy into a cultural force that reshaped storytelling. Streep's ability to inhabit difficult characters, whether Julia Child, Margaret Thatcher, or Florence Foster Jenkins, goes beyond mimicry, peeling back layers to expose universal loneliness and strength hidden within. The emotional truthfulness that defines her legacy operates as a hidden force that pushes viewers to experience their most uncomfortable emotions while they deal with loss and build their strength. Streep selects projects that require her to show emotional strength while showing the hidden aspects of human nature that most people attempt to conceal. The audience who views her work needs to think deeply about her material, which connects with people from different age groups and cultural backgrounds. Streep functions as an essential part of Hollywood, which has changed during recent times because she continues to create complex, multi-level characters for films and television shows. The industry and its viewers perceive her as a reminder that women above 40 possess the ability to create powerful stories that contain intricate details. Streep represents the ideal of enduring success in her profession, with authentic dedication to her work, which defines her career. She selects to avoid public attention for self-promotion purposes by using an approach that combines silent work with dedicated efforts. She sets herself apart from her competitors through her belief that to achieve success, a person requires both dedication and ongoing development and actual social connections. Her family lineage accounts for one major aspect of her heritage. The Streep name maintains its presence in American culture through the creative work of her children and grandchildren. The personal element provides a caring touch that balances her professional achievements because it shows an artist who has pursued success while staying close to her family. Her public behavior displays both grace and humility, which contrasts with her ability to perform powerful roles on screen, thus amplifying her exceptional impact. Her passion for meaningful work carries forward, grounded by a legacy built on her fearless commitment to truth and humanity in storytelling. Continuing passion and quiet reinvention. Even as Meryl Streep entered her 70s, she showed no signs of slowing down or stepping away from the craft that has defined her life. Nearly 50 years since her debut, she has never taken a year off, a testament to her relentless work ethic and passion. Streep has spoken often about seeing herself not as a legend, but as an artist with unfinished business, a storyteller who still has important narratives to share with the world. This mindset keeps her evolving, choosing projects that resonate deeply rather than fading into comfortable routines. In recent years, Streep embraced roles across different mediums, from television to animated films. Her performances in series revealed a playful, comedic side previously less visible to audiences. As Loretta Durkin, she combined charm with wit, surprising viewers and fueling conversations about an off-screen romance rumored with co-star Martin Short. This willingness to step outside her traditional dramatic roles signals a refreshing reinvention, grounded in her enduring love for complex characters and genuine storytelling. Streep's return to the big screen includes highly anticipated projects like The Devil Wears Prada 2, filmed alongside familiar faces such as Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt. Reprising her iconic role as Miranda Priestley, now described as a fashion queen in the twilight of her power, she reminds audiences that age need not diminish relevance or magnetism. Though filming was incomplete at the time of recent reports, the announcement alone sparked worldwide interest, underscoring her continued ability to captivate cultural conversations. Streep has developed her career to create entertainment for young viewers while maintaining her ability to perform in roles that she has done for many years. The Emmy Award she won for narrating 3 Questions in Storyline Online demonstrates her belief that storytelling has the ability to reach all age groups because this marks her first win in the children's category. She revealed her dedication to amplify the voices of marginalized groups when she said during her acceptance speech that children require listening from adults even before they develop their storytelling abilities. She keeps a discreet existence while she engages with the public to prioritize her personal life and her relationships with family members. Her 2 daughters, Mamie and Grace, pursue careers in acting, while her oldest son, Henry, works as a musician. The early acting pursuit of her granddaughter shows that she belongs to an uncommon family art tradition. Streep maintains her naturalness despite her accomplishments because she controls her public appearances and she lets her work speak for itself. Her approach to fame contrasts sharply with many modern celebrities. She avoids social media and the relentless self-promotion common in today's entertainment industry, preferring a quieter life focused on substantive choices. She becomes more mysterious through her selective participation, while people treat her with greater respect. The actor dedicated her life to her profession because she considered acting to be her main work duty, yet she preferred to learn her craft instead of pursuing showy displays. Meryl Streep's story is one of resilience, reinvention, and unrivaled artistry. At 76, she continues to shine by embracing change and meaningful roles that challenge and inspire. If you found her journey as moving as we did, please like this video and subscribe for more stories of remarkable lives and talents. And if you wanted a similar deep dive, click and watch the next video shown on the screen.